Welcome back to another fire episode of PvT. I am back with my co-host Will, and I got the fellas back for this lovely Wrestlemania preview show. Fellas, are we ready?
Oh,
yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right. Now, before we get into all of this controversy that we had going on backstage, because let me tell y'all right now, we had a lot of controversy going on backstage, thanks to Bleacher Report. We're gonna go ahead and get into a few WrestleMania previews just to see how everybody's feeling about WrestleMania and some matches. Starting off with Josie, our guest in the building. How we feeling about WrestleMania this year?
First off, thank y'all. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited. Honestly, whoopee. That's kind of how I'm feeling about Mania this year.
I'm with you, Josie.
It's don't get me wrong. It's 40, and I'm still gonna watch. I'm planning to live stream both days. Like I'm gonna be watching.
Most definitely.
But to me, everything focused on Bloodline, Cody, Seth, Rock. None of the other matches really got a build. The only other match that I really say got a build, and only because it kind of drained from the other one, would be Jimmy and Jay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking too.
I agree.
Other than that, like I was making the prediction sheet for our show tonight, and I'm looking at these matches, and I'm just like, I'm kind of excited about the tag match just for the fact that they're finally going to be splitting the tag titles. But, like, I'm excited to see Jade, Naomi, and Bianca beat the shit out of Damage Control.
Black Girl Magic, baby.
Again,
Black Girl Magic.
There was no build to any of this. Like, I don't watch WWE Weekly. Like, I follow more dirt sheets and clips and things like that. But, like, I follow enough to just feel like there's not enough build. And it's also the fact, usually coming off of Rumble is when I kind of get invested and want to watch. And nothing ever really drug me in to want to watch.
I can definitely feel that. I can feel that. DJ Michael B, how we feeling about WrestleMania this year?
Man, first of all, listen. Let's go on a scale of what they graded you.
I think we just lost his sound.
I think we just lost his audio.
He just went muted. Yeah,
he just went muted. Yeah, he back.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you, brother.
I don't know if this is my USB mic or if it's the computer mic. So, but I'm looking at the card. I kind of agree with Josie. Like, it was a build for a lot of these matches, but Saturday night seems like the better night. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
We know about Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody and Seth, but Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, I thought was built pretty damn well. I think it was a built pretty well. Jimmy and Jay has been well built. I echo your sentiments, Josie, with Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jay. There was no build for anything.
Black Girl Magic, though.
Hey, I love that.
I mean, yes, naturally, Will. Like, there's an excitement to that match just because of what it is.
Yeah,
but they could have built it to be so much better.
I thought they should have brought Jade in from the jump instead of waiting so damn long.
What else we got here? Let me see. Then the Rey Mysterio Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. That felt like it was just thrown in at the last minute. Dominic has been with Judgment Day for so long, and just throw Santos Escobar in and be like, "Hey, Dom, we got something for you to do on WrestleMania. We're gonna take you out of
it's another match with his daddy. Like, I don't.
Are we over the Rey Mysterio versus Dad
I'm
Yes.
not necessarily. Well, and see, I'm not necessarily over it, but they have done nothing to really move that story forward in months, and now all of a sudden you're getting a match with them again at Mania. That doesn't really make sense.
I mean, it makes sense to a certain extent, just because Ray has been back and forth with Santos Escobar, and it's not like the main story in this match is he's feuding with his son. So I get it, but y'all could have just made this a damn singles match,
Right.
and I'd have been more because they just kind of threw Dom in there because he was going against him and Dragon Lee been going back and forth in style wise. You know what I'm saying? They put a luchador kind of match up there just to entice people. I don't. Whatever. And I do like the Jimmy J. But for what it's worth, the Gunther versus Sami Zayn, Gunther's gonna win. I don't see Sami Zayn winning, and if they let Sami Zayn win, that is a disgrace to all of Wrestling Nation.
That should be Gable. Like, I love Sammy. I do. I love Sammy. But it should have been Gable.
It should have been Gable. Speaking of, I am interested in Seth and Drew, though. Again, because they built up Seth and Drew. And if they let Seth walk away with a championship again, Drew got screwed again. I don't know.
Drew is winning that match. Drew is winning that match. Now, what I think may happen is Drew wins that match and Senior Money in the Bank.
That's where I was going with it. That's exactly where I was going with it.
Interesting thoughts. Will, go ahead and jump in here. What you think about this? About WrestleMania this weekend?
It's ho hum. There's nothing really to be excited for. You know, you get to see Rock. You get the tag match, Rock Roman Reigns, Cody versus Seth Rollins. Somebody turning on somebody. We already know this. So sort of kind of excited to see that. I'm a fan of women's wrestling, and I'm not excited to see Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Again, no build.
No build and no reality. You see how
was build. There was build. Don't do that.
The only build was Becky Lynch complaining like a little bitch. That was the only build we got out of the whole damn thing.
And it was this match and the build has been more of a book tour for her book than it has been a build for the match.
I hope Becky Lynch loses and Rhea Ripley retains the belt.
She is going to lose.
She's going to lose.
It's the same thing as you said with Gunther.
That's unrealistic. That's unrealistic. Look. Becky done gives up what 60 pounds and about 4-5 inches to the girl. No. She ain't winning.
I'm excited because I think it's going to be a wash match, and I would love it to be a wash match.
I think
absolutely.
Now I am looking forward to Jimmy versus Jey Uso. I'm excited for that.
Aren't we all?
Every 15 years. 15 years.
I'm gonna tell you though what I think is going to be a very underrated match. I think Io Sky and Bailey, I think they're gonna burn the house down.
Oh yeah,
I think they're gonna burn the house down. They know each other. They know each other well. I think they're gonna burn the house down.
Now, I will say, even though there's been some build for that match, and I don't feel like Becky or Bailey got as much build on that match as she should have, considering this is her first singles match at Mania ever.
Yep.
And but I am excited for that match just because Bailey's walking out as champ. God damn it!
I think
no doubt. Fucking my big booty Bailey.
If she don't get
that big booty with a title on it.
If she don't get this something wrong, and I will say to finish up, because I love AJ Styles, I want to see AJ Styles and LA Knight. I want to see that match. AJ's one of my favorites. Jose, I tell you that. I want to see what they do there. More than likely, he'll drop the win to LA Knight because LA Knight needs it more. But I still want to see that match.
I think they should have made that match a number one contenders match. I really do.
Anybody here think Randy's gonna win?
That's actually the question I was about to get into next. I was
that was another one. I love that match.
Because this is an interesting matchup. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul.
My problem is they can't write good enough for Kevin Owens to win this thing. They can't write. They don't write.
Yeah, Kevin. They can't write for Kevin Well, no, it's no. They don't write well for Kevin Owens when he holds a title.
Right.
It's
Right.
whenever the man gets a title, they can't write for him.
They go to shit.
And so I don't want to see it on KO. There was a lot of argument on our show the other night for Randy making sense. Personally, to me, I think Logan Paul keeps it. I don't see him dropping
I
it.
think Randy wins it. I think Randy wins it.
You got to say
Logan
that for a lot
Paul
of people. So a lot of people
cannot
say
keep
a lot of people say Logan's going to keep it.
The only reason
He
why I say
shouldn't.
Randy, the only reason why I think Randy should win it, because look what he came back from. That's the first thing. And second thing, for him to get the Duke over him and win that U.S. title for the last time and have a good run with it, because you know it's going to be his last run. You know it's going to be his last run. Go and give it to the man.
I don't know. I don't know. He keeps talking a lot about the world title, and the way he talks about it, I think he might see one more in his.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. He deserves one more. He deserves it.
And you got to remember, him and Triple H are close.
Yeah.
So he could probably talk H into giving him a 2-3 month run. Nothing big, nothing transitional champion status for sure, but you could probably make it happen. And he only needs 2 more to be in the conversation with Cena and Flair.
And who would complain?
Well, Cena has one more up on him, right? And then
No
Randy
one.
Orton will be right.
No, yeah. But
no, Cena's got 16. He's tied with Flair.
I
was at Cena's 16th.
Who would complain?
No, I was at the Rumble.
If Randy Orton, let me ask you guys a question. If Randy Orton got put in that rarefied air, would anyone have an issue with it?
Hell no.
No.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I think he probably deserves to be there the most, honestly. But
when everybody, y'all remember a few years back when everybody got hurt, he was the only one left standing, carried Monday Night Raw as his champion. They never gonna forget that. He was running it, boy. And then everything.
I mean, 09 Randy Orton is literally one of the heelest heels to ever heel. And that is literally the only way to put it.
And don't forget
Randy was sadistic.
And don't forget
he was sadistic.
And don't forget what he did with Mark Henry.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
I was just gonna say 09 Randy, or 09 to 010 Randy, and 09 to 010 John Cena was probably as far as heel and face that you could ever get during the PG era. Or at the end of Ruthless Aggression era. John Cena was so over. Randy was so hated. It was an amazing era.
You got to throw Edge in that too.
I was trying to be alive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
09 to 10 Edge.
And it kills me. And it kills me because the rumor has it WWE has always had plans for John Cena to turn heel. Has always had that plan, but
they never did. He was too over.
Yeah.
Supposedly, after the first Rock match, I just watched something recently. Supposedly, after the first Rock match, they had new gear, new everything, new merch. He had recorded a new song, everything ready to go, and they pulled it the day of.
Yep. Too much Make-A-Wish.
Yep.
Too much Make-A-Wish. He was always at Make-A-Wish this, Make-A-Wish that. Too much Make-A-Wish. You can't have a heel do Make-A-Wish.
Let me ask you a question real quick. How do you think this tag team match with Seth and Cody and Rock and Reigns is gonna go on night 1?
Rock and Reigns is gonna win.
Somebody getting turned on.
I was gonna say, now, do you think it's gonna be a wash?
Now,
do you think it's gonna be something like a surprise turn? Somebody gonna bounce in the ring and clothesline somebody type shit?
No, that is the one thing that makes this Mania kind of exciting. Is as far as that tag match on night 1 and the main event on night 2,
anything can happen.
There are so many things. I sent this to the guys the other thing. There's actually like polls going on right now about who could get involved in this match. And I got into an argument with Will and Big Tone on Tuesday about how the Raw or like Cena and Stone Cold could possibly get involved, and they just don't feel like it could happen, and it's just doesn't make any sense. And I found an article about where it's been talked about. And again, not everything that WWE does makes sense. Some things are just for the pop, and that would be a huge pop.
I can see
This is WrestleMania 40. This is like a big event.
some other people. I can see some other people on that list doing it though, Josie. I really can.
Okay, so give me two names that might.
I mean, I can see some people because that list was predicated off history with all the men in that match. Mm-hmm. So that's why, because I can see it. I can see Lesnar coming down doing something with Roman. Since you brought up Stone Cold could do something to The Rock. I mean, everybody's got history with everybody. So it can be anything.
I don't want to get into that next. What y'all think the biggest surprise of the night's going to be? Because
I think something in that match.
Always got to be some type of big surprise or big moment.
I think it's going to be something in the Cody Roman match or in the tag match. In the tag match, this is the thing. We just went through some of it. There's more. Paul Lee could turn.
Yep.
Rock turns on Roman.
Seth turns on Cody.
Seth turns on Cody. Brock Lesnar could get involved. Stone Cold could get involved. John Cena could get involved. Like, there's so many things. So to me, the big moment is going to be in that match.
And the only thing that make me mad, you gotta go through all the bullshit before you get to it. All these bullshit ass matches, you gotta get through all of them before you get to the big shit.
So do you think the biggest surprise is gonna come on Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. Because that determines bloodline rule. So I think Saturday.
Yeah.
I am going to go with Saturday.
Honestly, Sunday we're gonna go into bloodline rule. I don't see anything like super. The thing that I think maybe Sunday happens is we see Tama Tonga.
Yeah. Big Tone was talking about that. Yep. Big Tone was talking about that. Yep. And don't forget, Sakura could turn too. He could turn as well. So this is going to be.
I'm not even doing all that because my stance is completely different. What I think could happen, and y'all might not agree, but I really this is what I think. Everybody keeps talking about Roman Reigns' side of the family and this and that. I'm telling you, I really do think on Sunday or Saturday we will have an appearance by Goldust. I really believe that shit. I think Goldust is going to play. He don't got to wrestle. He might pop out and just make an appearance and distract the ref or something. I do believe Goldust might make an appearance.
I don't think Goldust makes an appearance. I could see Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, you might see Dustin.
Dustin, there's no way Dustin would not make the deal.
Same difference, man. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, Dustin hated the end of Goldust, and he said when he left he would never do that again. The stip was he had to come back as Goldust. He won't come back. But I think we could see Dustin Rhodes make an appearance. Possibly.
I didn't really mean for him to
we
be
had
like
this conversation.
Yeah. I just meant like he was. I couldn't remember his name at the time.
We had this conversation the other day. I fully believe now with Triple H running WWE, we are going to see the true Forbidden Door open in the next 3 to 5 years. There will be crossover between WWE and AEW in the next 3 to 5 years. You could possibly see the beginnings of it this weekend.
Ooh, Josie.
With either Dustin getting involved,
Josie.
Or there's a couple of other options there too.
We've already crossed over with Mickey James. So
Josie, I got something I want to.
No, I'm not with AEW. I'm not. Yeah. I'm talking number one crossing over with number two.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking.
But Josie, what if? And I'm just saying, what if?
No.
What if we get MJF?
No,
and
we
Mania
will not.
40?
We will not. We will not.
What if?
Well, hold. I think what Will means is just an appearance. He doesn't mean a signing because Will thinks what I think. Will does not think that MJF is signing with WWE.
Hell
It makes
no.
more sense for him to go back to AEW.
Yep.
But that's a thought to mind too,
imagine?
especially with the fact that Rock drug MJF into the argument this week.
Yep. Can you imagine if he comes down? Interference? Bro. And then he goes back to AEW. Ooh.
See,
man.
that's the thing, right? That's the thing.
Man.
What if, right? Because like I said, this is a big event, right? It's a big time WrestleMania 40, right? What if we get an interference from not just somebody in the company, but from somebody in the other company, and they ultimately reflect or affect the timeline for what happens in night 2 or just what happens in the company? But I wanted to ask this question: do y'all think the things or the action that transpire in night 1 are going to have a ripple effect for not only the future of the company going forward, but for night 2 of WrestleMania?
I think overall for Jade, it would be huge because A, she's on their biggest stage. B, she's working with the best 2 wrestlers she's ever worked with for her to learn from. And that's going to help her down the road be a better wrestler than what she is now. My only thing with Jade, and Jose, I told you this. I love Jade. My only thing with Jade, she can't talk. But other than that, you work her in with Bianca and Naomi. Let them show them the professional side of the business and how you're supposed to work. I think overall this is going to be huge for her. Huge for Jade. Love Jade.
I think this is probably the best thing that Jade could have had as far as her debut match. She's going to be in there with 2 very experienced women on her side, and then 3 women, or 1 woman on the opposing side and 2 women who are also very experienced, but one who knows exactly where she's coming from in Dakota Kai. So I think this match is going to be very interesting and a good match for Jade. My hope is the one thing they can't help her with is forgetting stuff in the ring. So
they can't help her with that.
She needs to get that under control.
That. Yeah, she got to remember that. Yeah. But other than that, man, I'm hyped up for Jade.
Most definitely. Do y'all, last question before we get into what we really want to talk about here.
Oh,
do y'all think that overall what happens at WrestleMania is going to affect what happens in SummerSlam?
Yes. And I gotta say this. I hope, and a lot of people say that I'm going to be proven wrong. But I hope that the Raw after Mania is what we expected the Raw after Mania to be.
Ain't been like that for
10
the past
years
6
ago.
years.
Since 5 or 6 years, the Raw after Mania has not been good. We have not gotten surprises. We have not gotten a lot of just the things you expect from the Raw after Mania. And that, to me, is the problem in where we're going to see if we're going to build. Because Mania is going to, for the first time in a long time, Mania is actually going to be the end to a lot of stories, or should be. So that Raw should be the beginning to a lot of stories, and we should have a lot of excitement. And that Raw should be the catalyst to push us into the summer, into SummerSlam. One of the things, I think you are going to see Rock Roman at SummerSlam. I really do.
You could have a whole new bloodline by the time Monday night comes around. A whole new bloodline.
DJ Mike B, what you thinking?
I gotta get in here because me and Josie are on the same page. Moo, what I say last night? I said I think Cody is going to win. Rock is going to be disappointed and say he disgraced the family, and Rock is going to go after Roman at SummerSlam. I said it 3 months ago, and I've been by this stance for 3 months now. I said that was going to happen since the time the Rock returned, and he fell in line with the bloodline. Rock he acknowledged the tribal chief once, but he doesn't hold up the same symbols. None of that.
Nope.
And I told, if I can go back in my WhatsApp group and I tell Jeremy, Mr. GQ, I was like, hey, look, I don't think this, and this. I think at WrestleMania, after Roman loses, Rock is going to turn on him, and they're going to have one big battle at SummerSlam because of everybody saying, hey, we don't want Rock and Roman to outshine Cody and Roman at SummerSlam. So they're going to put on the biggest match that SummerSlam has ever seen.
Yep.
And they're going to end it like that.
And I think
I don't know who's going to win, but hey, here we go.
But that's what I think Roman takes his exit. Because Roman, that's why I think he takes his exit and goes off to being a part-time wrestler. We talked about that other than that as well. He's going to become a part-time wrestler at some point. So I think that that's when he's gonna. I personally think he's gonna lose to The Rock, and then take his little happy ass on to the sunset to become a part-time wrestler.
Interesting. So what I'm hearing is the Raw after Mania show is really, really important because that solidifies the end and the beginning to a lot of people's storyline, a lot of people's stories, which is going to essentially bring us into SummerSlam.
I also do think Mr. Senior Money in the Bank is going to try and cash in at WrestleMania and won't be successful. And Judgment Day is going to have a problem with that. And Finn Balor and Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, are going to start a feud after that because you can see the tensions building between who's really running Judgment Day and who's not.
Yeah.
And they've been building it up for a while, but they do it in spurts. They make it seem like there's tension, then they back off. Then they make it seem like it's tension, and they back off. And right now, going into SummerSlam will be the time to make that shit flare because I think everybody in Judgment Day, even JD McDonough at this point, I think they've built them up enough to where they can start hacksawing them off one by one.
So let me ask you fellas this. What's next for Rhea?
Probably Jade or Bianca again.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because Charlotte's still out.
I would say so.
My problem with the women's is there is not a mid-card title.
No.
Or we could play more with a mid-card title and things of that nature. So if there was a mid-card title, you could be like, oh well, if Becky loses, she could go after the mid-card title now, and you bring somebody else up,
right?
Challenge. I would love to see if Bayley wins. I'd love to see Bayley and Rhea beef over who's the better champion. That would be pretty interesting. So
that'd be cool.
And then have a SummerSlam match that's not for the championship, and just to say which championship is more important and who's the better champion going into SummerSlam. So there's a lot of possibilities here. That's just me saying what I would love to see. So
the one thing we all know on this panel, Cody gotta win.
He ain't got no choice.
He got no choice. He's got to do it.
They cannot bag this time. He's too over at this point.
Yep. He's got to take it. He's got to finish the story.
What new beefs or new stories are you guys most interested to see what's going forward after all of this? After a lot of these stories what new stories are you guys wanting to see going forward?
I mean, the Rock Roman one's going to be interesting. I think you're going to start to see. I've heard some theory that Finn Balor could pop up with a Priest's actual Money in the Bank.
Interesting. That'd be interesting.
I think depending on who wins the Intercontinental title match, I do think whoever wins between AJ Styles or LA Knight. Is the US Championship is on SmackDown or Raw? I forgot. It's on Raw. SmackDown. The US title's on SmackDown. So whoever wins that match could possibly start feuding with whoever wins the match of the Intercontinental title.
My only thing, like I said, I think AJ's gonna lose that match to prepare LA Knight.
I think
that's
LA
what's
Knight is gonna,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna
it's
start a
gonna
beef
happen.
for LA Knight.
Yeah,
Going for the Intercontinental.
because AJ don't need it. He already all-time great.
Hey, AJ needs a freaking title run, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. He's been putting in the work for years. It's time for him to have a title run.
Like a serious title run?
You'll give him one more?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I definitely
You
get
see how
that.
big, man? You see
All
how
right.
big you see how big that dude is? He's looking like Impact.
If Randy Orton wants to get a
TNA.
serious title run,
AJ
and his opponent was AJ Styles to go against, that would be a classic match. Because I don't recall a time when they've had
I agree with that.
a match. So
Yeah.
Solid point.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Are you guys ready to get into
Are you ready?
our monstrosity of a list?
I said, are
I did that last
you
night.
ready? Let's go.
You sound so much like Triple H.
All
It's
right.
crazy.
All right. So look, let me just give a little
It's some bullshit.
let's give a little preface to why or how they came up with this list, right? It says historical significance, championships, popularity, needle mover, time active, pay-per-view appearances, skills, in-ring mic, charisma, etc. All right.
And just
Starting at
to
number
be
50.
clear, they're only looking at their WWE career.
Right. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Even though they nothing else. Nothing else. All right. Number
So
50, we have Big
Perk
Show.
Angle, the best Perk Angle doesn't count.
Nope.
Kurt Angle WWE was more than sufficient. Don't do that.
He was not the wrestling
was.
machine, Perk Angle.
It doesn't matter. Kurt
No,
Angle before. You know what? Never mind. Move. Go ahead. Move. Go ahead. Move. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
I will say one thing about Kurt, though. His comedic stuff was classic.
Oh, it was.
Exactly.
Kurt, all around. But even Kurt will tell you that his best run was Impact.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if his best run was an Impact. Kurt had a phenomenal WWE run. But anyway, go ahead, Moo.
Number 50, The Big Show.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Go ahead and read off a little bit. 2-time WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion twice, ECW champion, Intercontinental champion, Hardcore champion 3 times, United States champion, Tag Team champion 8 times, Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy in 2015.
This some bullshit.
He shouldn't even be in the top 50. And I love Show.
I love Big Show too.
I love Show. But there are so many others that should be ahead of him.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
You are looking at at WWE all time. That is 50 years plus of history.
Okay.
That is over 1,000 wrestlers.
Do you? So let's be serious here. I'm looking just directly at the list. Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Big Show shouldn't be over Lita.
No,
you're crazy.
Big Show should not be on that list. Lita should not be on that list.
Big Show shouldn't. I'm just going by the list that they have.
That's
by the list that they have. Okay, this is the list they came in with. I'm going strictly by this list.
I get.
You don't think Big Show should be over Lita?
I don't think either of them should be on the list. Period.
You don't think Big Show should be over Dean Ambrose?
We talking about top 50 of all time.
Hell no, Dean Ambrose. No, Dean Ambrose. No. Dean Ambrose in the lineage of WWE, to me, is at least top 30.
Nah, absolutely not.
Just because of his Shield, one of the most dominant factions of all time.
I'll put him at 35.
Absolutely not.
I'll put him at 35.
Absolutely the hell not.
Because if you go back and you look what he did, the man was over. He was over regardless.
So wait, okay.
He has done more historically than Big Show did his entire career.
Stop that bullshit.
That's the truth.
Stop that.
The man that had a 10-year losing streak at Mania.
Are you factoring in his NXT time?
Dean?
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Are you
When I
factoring
look
his
at
NXT
Big
time?
Josie, you know
Because
what?
Dean Ambrose Stolo was just okay.
You
Dean
know what I
Ambrose and
look
the
at?
Shield was pretty good.
But you look at at what he did as a whole in his time
I'm
at
looking at what Big Show did
WWE.
as a whole.
Nothing. He's
You're
done
crazy.
He did really nothing in
You're
WWE.
crazy.
He holds the record for most heel to face turns out of
course he
any
does.
wrestler. But other than those 2 championships, which he got in the very beginning of his career,
So?
Because by the time I started watching in 2002, Big Show was a joke. And he stayed that way the rest of his WWE career. So that's 20 years.
I'm not going to
I
say
look at Big Show more. I look at Big Show more influential in WCW than I ever did in WWE.
Yes, 100%.
Way
100%.
Way more.
Big Show deserves to be on the top 50. Big Show deserves to be in the top 50.
All right.
You just list off his accolades.
Hell no.
It's been established that Dean Ambrose is 47 and Lita is 49, right? Now,
and again, let's move on from Big Show. One, I agree, DJ, with you. Big Show should be lower than Lita. Lita should not be.
You know why Lita got it though, right? Because of her stuff with Trish.
And what they
she
say,
was in a weak era.
And what they say that her and Trish did as far as building women's wrestling.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but 90% of that was Trish.
Yep.
Big facts.
Yep. Big facts. Big facts.
And China,
China, who doesn't get near the credit that she deserves for that shit.
Well, China's over Lita.
That's true. It's also true. That's also true. We got AJ Styles at 46.
That's some bullshit. He should be a lot higher. He should be a lot higher.
Again,
for his WWE run?
Yes, because of the impact he's had in that run. He ran SmackDown for 4 years.
WWE
he had one of the biggest. He had one of the biggest debuts in WWE history. One of the biggest surprises ever.
And then if you go back, he's one. And then even if we taking this beyond the scope, look at what he did in TNA.
Oh no! If you put in TNA and New Japan, he's top 10.
He's a rap.
He's top 10.
Listen. I think AJ Styles does belong on the top 50. I do think that. So I'm not going to sit here and say AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles belong on the top 50.
Top 25.
Hell no.
Just in his WWE run, top 25.
No, dog.
He's got,
hell no.
Hey, LJ, Josie, let me get your opinion on this. I think AJ got a better claim to number 1 than Bret Hart does.
Oh, hell yes. What did Bret do in the WWE? Nothing.
Not a damn thing. He had that one match with Stone Cold, and that's it. And Stone Cold and Shawn. I
don't think AJ has a better claim to number 1 than Bret or top.
Bret should not even be on this list.
AJ should be I think AJ is properly rated somewhere between 40 and 50.
So okay, let's jump down.
Okay, so let's do what you said. You was like, you can't have Kurt Angle that high because his best years weren't in WWE. It was the Perk Angle era. Well, AJ Styles' best era.
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that. But again, historically, of what AJ has done in his WWE career was better than what Kurt Angle did in his WWE career.
Absolutely not.
Facts.
That is fact, man.
Absolutely the hell not.
100% factual.
Kurt was only a champion twice. AJ's been a champion 4 times.
That's fine, but absolutely not. Absolutely. Kurt Angle went through the era where championships were changing hands at damn near every 2 or 3 pay-per-views. Think about that.
It doesn't matter, man.
Yes, it does.
Kurt Angle's WWE era, that's the other thing that people don't realize about these guys from back then, is because things weren't tracked like we do now, Kurt Angle was actually only in the E for about 3 years before he left.
And he completely turned that shit upside
He
down.
did
and dominated while
nothing,
was
bro.
there.
He
He did a lot. He did a lot during that time.
No, he didn't. Most of his
Yes,
stuff.
he did.
I agree with you. He had a lot of great comedic runs in that. The stuff with The Rock, the stuff with Edge and Christian. He did some funny
That's
shit.
That's still fact. Your promos and your comedic.
But
stuff
that doesn't
factors
have.
in.
Yes, I agree with you, but it doesn't factor into the weight of what AJ has done in his career.
Get out of here! What?
They got Kurt Angle 11th.
That's
As
no.
it should be.
That's some
No.
bullshit. That's
No.
some bullshit. That's some
Four-time
bullshit.
Kurt is on the list, but he's Will.
He on the list, but he ain't number 11.
30s, 20s.
Yeah, I look at 30s. I look at 30s. for real.
30s.
Yeah, 30s. Yeah.
And Will knows. Kurt is one of my all-time favorites. I love Kurt.
So
That's his autograph right there.
Let me say, how many times has AJ? How many times has AJ Styles held the champ? How many times AJ Styles held the championship? You said 4, right? You said Kurt Angle was in WWE for 3 years. Kurt Angle held a WWE championship in 3 years 4 times. You stopped the nonsense.
He didn't.
You stop it.
He only won it twice.
He only had it twice.
He only had it twice.
Bruh.
WWE champion.
Only twice.
WCW champion, World Heavyweight champion,
Heavyweight champion. Come on, stop.
Champion, Hardcore champion, United States champion.
Stop it.
You know that hardcore championship was some bullshit too, Joe.
Wait.
I'm not talking about mid-card titles. I am talking about.
He won the WWE championship 4 times over his career. Same thing as AJ Styles. Plus the WWF championship. Plus the heavyweight champion.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here.
Championship.
Listen, I'm not going to. Listen, I'm not going to sit here. Listen to all this AJ Styles slander. Damn it! This some AJ Styles deserves to be higher on the list. This is some slander of AJ.
There's no AJ Styles slander. There is no AJ Styles slander, bro. You can't do that. There's no AJ Styles slander. All I'm saying is, Kurt was ridiculous. Kurt was a ridiculously good heel, and he was a ridiculously good babyface too.
Again, I am not arguing any of that.
The accomplishments that Kurt had while he was there, bruh. The amount of promos Kurt cut while he was there. Kurt was always in the championship picture the whole time. AJ Styles hasn't.
He's putting Josie. AJ's a Grand Slam champion. You putting Kurt over a Grand Slam champion?
What constitutes as Grand Slam champion?
He has to hold all the titles that were active during his career, during his time in the company, which Kurt never held the Intercontinental. He never held the European. He never held the United States.
Hold on. What? I don't remember the United States being around when Kurt was there. I'm not even going to lie to you.
He was in the tournament for the original. That was a big storyline for him.
He was for the original belt, not this new piece of crap.
All right, who's next? Let's move off.
Wait.
Got him down as Intercontinental Champion, European Champion, and Hardcore Champion.
Wait a minute. Kurt Angle won 4 titles, 4 different titles in his career, which is the meaning of Grand Slam champion. Yeah, they just started this new nonsense where it was like, yes, it is.
No, it's not. He didn't hold every belt.
I didn't say he held every belt. I said he held 4 championships.
That's not a Grand Slam title holder. That's not a Grand Slam is holding every title that company offers in that division.
Yep.
Did the Miz hold every title? Because did the Miz hold every title?
The Miz has held every title. He's held the Intercontinental. He's held the World title. He's held the U.S. title. He's held He's been both tag team champions.
And he made the IC title what it was until Gunther got the belt. Until Gunther got the belt, he made the IC title what it was until Gunther.
All right, run it back.
Miz will go down as one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love the Miz. Anyway, y'all are tripping. Kurt Angle deserves to be that high.
It says right here, he is the 10th Triple Crown champion and the 5th winner of the Grand Slam.
I'm argue AJ should be higher ranked than Kurt. I will never.
Alright,
And again,
no way in hell.
here's
Kurt was
another
like
argument.
that.
Will, here's another argument for you. They got
Mhm.
Roman at 13.
What?
This is true. Got Roman at 13.
13?
You think that's too high? I don't know
Way
what you're.
too high.
Okay,
13?
listen, I'm just
I would
asking.
give Roman.
I didn't know what your stance was.
I'll give him.
So
I'll
I'm
give
just
him
asking.
20. I'll give him 25.
I would see.
I'm
I'd
not
go a
disagreeing
little
or
lower.
agreeing.
I'd go a little lower. Will I'd give him top 20. I think he's somewhere in the top 20. High,
Mm,
like
mm.
17, 18, 19.
He ain't 13.
Hey, Moo. Let's just run through the top 10 because we'll be here all night.
Yeah,
Yes,
gonna
we
be
will.
out there, man. We
Right.
will be. I go say in front.
It's top 10. Or even though I don't think
The
Bert's
top
really-
10 is the most bullshit out of all of it.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't really go
hey, what I will say is I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Edge is all the way at 25 is a bunch of bullshit.
Wait
But
a minute. They got
Hey,
Randy Orton.
Fair
They
to
got
and-
Randy Orton at 19.
And DJ, you can't think that Brett is top 10. You can't think that Brett is top 10.
Well, speaking
Born
of
ass.
Brett, that's our
Born
number
ass.
one guy, Brett the Hitman Hart, at
Born
number
ass.
one all time best wrestlers.
Born ass.
I don't understand that. I'm sorry. To me, Brett isn't even top 30.
There's a reason
Oh.
why Vince wanted to drop
that's-
that. There's a reason.
that's hold on, wait a
There's
minute.
a
That's a little
reason why
disrespectful
Vince
now.
let him go to
Top
WCW.
30 is a little disrespectful. I can mess with if you say he's not top 10 or not. If you say he's not top 10, fine. But he's not top 25. But you to say he's not top 30? Come on, bro.
He's boring.
That's a
He's
little
so
crazy.
Hey,
boring,
real quick,
bro.
Josie,
That's
real
a
quick,
little crazy.
Josie, real quick. Give me Bret Hart's best promo. Don't worry, I'll wait. He ain't got no best promo. He ain't got no best promo. He ain't got no best promo.
Hey, in the ring still matters, bro. It still matters.
Boring ass.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's what I don't get me wrong. Brett is probably one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. But me and Will on our show talk all the time. There are 3 qualities to a professional wrestler. You have to be good in the ring,
He got
you
it.
have to be good on the mic, and you have to have charisma.
Yep.
Brett
He
had
got
one of
charisma.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He really don't. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, he don't.
Boring.
Hey, listen. I didn't say his charisma was all worldly. I just said he had charisma.
Yeah, okay, but he has like charisma down here to where most wrestlers have charisma here, and then he's in the era of The Rock and HBK and Stone Cold, who have the most charisma out of anyone.
Go back. You can go back and watch. Brett was so over it was ridiculous, and you know it to be true.
In Canada,
You know it to be true.
He was
You know it to
over.
be true.
He would. Brett
You
would
stop
have
that,
not.
Willie.
Brett would have never been over like he was back then. Today, it would never happen.
facts.
I don't know.
No, it's
I
facts.
don't know. You can say.
All right.
You can say
Who's
that.
number
but
2, Moo?
Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The rightful number 1.
Hell, I'll put Stone
The
Cold over Brett.
rightful
Easy.
number 1.
I'll put Stone Cold over Brett. Easy.
That's my number 1, easily, all day, every day. Number 3. Oh yeah, brother, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Not even top 10.
Hell no. That is
Not even
crazy.
top 20.
My only issue with Savage. My only
I
issue
knew a lot of people would have a problem with this one.
my only issue with Savage and why I think he should be ranked lower. Why he was over, cut some of the best promos ever, some of the best part of the Mega Powers, which didn't really last as long as it should have. But if you go back and look at it, he was born as hell too when you go back and look at it, because it's Miss Elizabeth this, Miss Elizabeth that. I liked him better in WCW.
You want to talk about somebody that should drop out their top 10 list and be under 30? It's this one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
easily.
I agree.
That is ridiculous.
I agree.
He just I give him his props. He had a few good matches. His match with Steamboat is still a classic to this day.
I think
But-
it's more of I think it's more of his personality, if anything. Like a lot of people like to mimic him. A lot of people like to use the voice. So I think it was more that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I agree. You know what? I think it's more of his personality.
You know,
I think
like
it's more of his personality
Well,
outside
and
of
that-
wrestling.
Yes. Well, okay. Again, we're talking about the three qualities of a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of it, Macho Man only had the charisma, which if you have charisma, you're pretty much guaranteed to be good on the mic because that's what it takes.
True.
So he had two of the three, but in the ring, Macho was terrible. He wasn't that good.
His match with Ricky Steamboat. His match with Ricky Steamboat was the best thing he ever did.
Honestly. Oh, but you look at that. That's exactly what's right here. The little, the little caption under it. But yeah.
Trash.
Number 4, the Phenom, the Undertaker.
Number
Should be
2
higher.
should be 2.
He should be number 2.
I agree.
He should be number 2. He should be number 2 easy.
Easily. You on mute, Micah.
He is literally like, if you go ask the most wrestling fan, like someone who's never watched it a day in their life, and you say, name me a WWE wrestler. I bet you they're gonna name one of 3 people in today's day and age, someone younger than us. It's gonna be Cena, it's gonna be Rock, or it's gonna be The Undertaker.
They can name
Like he is synonymous with WWE. Like he is WWE.
I tell people all the time. People say, "Hey, who do you think is the best?" I always say Undertaker, but if you say Stone Cold, I have zero problem with it. I just pick Undertaker. Undertaker's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? It's the favorite of all time. But come on, man.
Number 5.
We all know this bullshit that Undertaker's for. Come on, man.
Number 5.
That
John
Cena
Cena.
is no joke.
I could make an argument for Cena being 3 or 4.
Honestly, I would listen to that. I'm not even lying to you. I think that's a pretty valid
Just
argument.
we're talking about what I've talked a lot about is the significance of Cena from Ruthless Aggression until 2017, 18?
17.
Into the PG era.
Yeah, just about that.
Was the face so long? Remember, The Rock was actually only the face for like 2 years. Stone Cold was only like 3 years.
Yeah.
Cena was the face of the company for 15 fucking years.
It's factual.
But
Like,
you don't like the man. That's true.
I can make an argument that Cena is literally the GOAT, bro. Like
the argument, if you're just looking at WWE, that argument is definitely there.
If you're just looking at the E. The problem is to get a true representation, you just can't look at the E. You have to look at where other guys have been.
I think the problem here is the biggest problem here is how the hell did Macho Man get over John Cena too? That's the fucking issue here because that is ridiculous.
Maybe Stephanie McMahon has something to do with it. I mean, there was a rumor, that he didn't do that.
I'm not touching on rumors. I'm not going to do that.
That's the rumor.
All right, who's next?
Ain't no names, but
that's the rumor. Who's next?
San Martino.
You know what?
What number?
You know what?
Number 6.
I think that's probably right, actually.
I think he's one of the only ones that's
I would say rated. That's probably like perfect because I don't give Bruno like to me, like I get it. Yes, longest reigning champion of all time. No one will ever pass him. Nope. But the business has changed so much.
It's just like any other sport.
Yeah. Oh, like I would say more than any other sport has changed because in his time, TV wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
And so I think, but because of the significance that he holds to the E being their longest champion, not just that, but he's like number 1 and 5 now, I think. So, I think 6 is perfect. I think that's right where he belongs.
Pretty solid argument. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bruno's
number
properly
7.
rated.
The People's Champ, The Rock.
The final boss, baby.
Okay, you can't look at
So you
any
smell
of
what The
that
Rock is
though.
cooking?
You can't look at any of the stuff that has happened in 2024. Basically,
Yeah,
basically.
Is he really number 7? If you take that out, because again, Will, his entire original run, like we've talked about, was only from Rocky Maivia to Hollywood Rock and leaving.
99, about 99 to 2004.
It was about 5 years.
Yeah, it was
the entire run.
And then he was gone.
He was gone
fast.
And he came back for those 2 years with Cena, and then he was gone another 7.
Yep.
So I just, I see.
Are you really going to make the argument that The Rock should not be top 10? Is what I'm hearing.
No, I do think he should be top 10, but I think he should be 10.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper is number 9 on their list. What?
Not Rowdy should be 7. Rowdy should be 7.
I think
he should be number 7. He should be number 7. Jeff or Piper.
Only person under The Rock I think should be over him. Well, I think Shawn Michaels should be over The Rock too. I'm not even gonna lie.
See, then that puts The Rock at 10.
No. I got Shawn Michaels and Hogan over The Rock. But
I ain't never gonna put Hogan over.
You know what? You know what? I made this argument earlier. Even in his 5-year run, he was a 7-time WWE champion. That is insane.
And you're right. You were right, especially back then.
Champion and a tag team champion. That's crazy.
You're right. You are 100% right there. It is.
But it's the longevity. I get it.
It's the longevity for me. It's the WWE was just never, as much as he wants to say it was, WWE was really never The Rock's home.
Yep.
It was Cena's home.
I will tell you this though.
That's true.
They made a whole show based off The Rock with SmackDown.
You're right. You're 100% right. And again,
that was The Rock show.
I don't think he could go any higher than 10, but to me, he's 10. And then everybody else moves down. I think, well, except Hogan. Hogan to me is not even top 20. I can't stand Hogan, but it's DJ. I'll give you this. It's hard for me to separate my personal views of Hogan.
Okay.
Out of it, because I don't like the human being.
Hey, DJ, he don't like Jim Cornette neither, and he one of the greatest managers of all time. But he don't like.
But I respect the fuck out of what he done for the business. But it's the same thing. I respect the fuck out of what he did for the business, which actually wasn't that much. But Ultimate Warrior, I think he was an absolute piece of shit.
Piece of trash.
This is not the NFL Hall of Fame. Your character doesn't count.
And you're right. You're right. You're right. But also, it's not just that for me. It's the amount of people that Hogan buried throughout his career.
He did.
He just wasn't a good person in the business to the business.
And one of the people that he buried, Bret the Hitman Hart. One of the people that he buried was Bret Hart.
Hey, Moo. To round off this 10 list, we got Shawn Michaels at 8, Roddy Piper at 9, Hulk Hogan at 10.
Yep.
So
Hogan too high.
So I think Hogan is. I don't think he's too high, but I think he's somewhere between 10 and 15. So I'm not really tripping on that. I do think he's somewhere, but let's just ask the question. Moo, I want to hear your answer first because you've been hosting a lot. So let me take over the host seat for one question. Outside of that top 10 that they have on here, who do you think should be in the top 10 that's not in the top 10?
Randy Orton.
Easy.
Yes.
Simple. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Simple. The fact that he's nowhere near the top 10 is
bullshit.
Bullshit. What was it? Yeah. Bullshit.
I'm inclined to agree with Randy Orton. But I think somebody else that's low on this list, I'd probably move Chris Jericho up on this list. I probably would. A damn sure over Macho Man Randy Savage.
Where do they got? Where do they
Sure.
have Jericho?
They have Jericho at 16, and the
Yeah.
people in front of him,
He should be
are
higher.
Mick Foley, Andre the Giant, Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, and Kurt Angle.
See,
He should
I
be
could see
higher.
him 11, 12.
Yeah, he should be higher. Yeah, a little higher. Yeah.
But Randy Orton absolutely deserves to be in the top 10 of the WWE.
The man gonna be before it's done, he's gonna be Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer now. I mean,
He's Hall of Famer. Before he's done,
he's
Hall of
going to get
Famer.
inducted into the Hall of Fame while he's still wrestling. For
him
sure.
and Miz are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
First ballot.
Yep.
Well, that is going to conclude this show for today. I know that this list kind of got us everywhere and out of whack, but it was a really dope list that we wanted to get into.
We talking about
That list is. I'm sorry. Bleacher Report deserves to get kicked in the nuts for that list because that list is some absolute bullshit.
It's some
So
bullshit.
Bleacher Report, if you listening, if you watching, if you just so happen to catch the show later, y'all need to start talking.
Y'all deserve that right there. That was y'all deserve right there.
All right, y'all know what y'all did wrong. All right,
let's get to these final thoughts.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into these final thoughts. Start off with Josie. Go ahead and give us your final thoughts, man.
I mean, I'm indifferent about Mania coming up. I will be watching. Make sure to check out Fight Night stream on Twitch. We will be streaming both nights. We'll be popping in. Everybody be popping in throughout the night. So, I mean, Cody's gonna win. That's my final thought.
It's just how.
Yeah.
DJ Micah B.
We are going to be diving into this topic of the top 50 on Bleacher Report more on Gentleman's Talk, and I would like to extend the invitation to both of y'all to come on Gentleman's Talk so we can deep dive more into it. We'll probably do it over 2 or 3 episodes, We'll probably take their list, put it into around a 32. Or
you know what, DJ? I'm actually going to extend the same thing to you for next week because we're going to be talking about this list on Fight Night next week. Next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I'm free on Tuesdays. I can do that. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
All right. So
let's do it.
Be ready. We'll get you that link.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. But of course, today is Thursday. We got PvT. But don't forget about tomorrow. From the Sideline presents the best damn football show on the internet, period. With Moo and Picante, a.k.a. Mill, inside the huddle. Will, you know the inside joke with it. That's why you shook your head. You know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of NFL action. There's been a lot of NFL, so y'all don't want to miss that show. Hopefully,
Step on dick, baby! Coming to the Texans!
Y'all got the worst.
Oh no, that's finalized.
Y'all got the worst
finalized. He took a picture of his locker today.
Y'all got the worst crybaby since CM Punk.
No, not with the way they structured his deal.
Really.
So I know this isn't the show, but real quick. So they structured his deal to where he'll be a free agent after this year. And he will get paid. Like it will make it. He needs to have a big year. It will be big deal for him to have a big year.
Crybaby ass.
Shut your Cody crybaby ass up, Will.
You be crying, man.
Texans Super Bowl, baby.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure y'all tune in. Follow us on Monday for Basket, Wednesday for Gentleman's Talk, and of course, right back here next Thursday. Moo and myself, hopefully, if Moo asks me, I'll be back. With PvT. If Moo and Willie ask me, my bad. I don't want to be disrespectful to your co-host, Moo.
Thank you, sir.
He might be the second best or third best co-host in the world because he ain't me and he ain't GQ. But I gotta make sure. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me on. I love the show. Y'all already know. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Appreciate you, man.
Willie?
Real quick, Monday night Sports Report podcast. I got a special guest. Kelsey Nicole Nelson, sportswoman extraordinaire, will be on with us to talk some football. I'm going to get into some basketball and some baseball as well. Tuesday night, you can catch me with this juggle right here. Fight night, you can catch me over there. Wednesday, Wise Guys Radio, Wise Guys Radio Network. I do a segment over there, basketball analyst. You can catch me over there Wednesdays at 9 a.m. in the morning. Thursday night, I'll be right here with Moo hosting this show, co-hosting this show. And then Saturday night, do the Geek Gauntlet podcast. We talk comics, we talk video games, we talk anime, anything in the world of geek. Come on through.
Quit playing, Will. You don't
I
talk
heard
about
what it
basketball.
was.
Don't do that. You don't talk about no basketball.
Oh, we talk about basketball.
I heard what it is.
Talk about
Y'all heard
basketball.
it here first. We got promos for all of our guys' shows, so make sure y'all go tune in and tap into those. If y'all recognize my boy DJ Micah B, he was on Gentleman Talk yesterday with the round of 32 best villains, and we almost done with that. So make sure y'all go tune in and catch that show if you missed it. Like my boys Josie and William said, they got their own shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday and Sunday for that freaking WrestleMania craziness that's gonna happen. So make sure you guys tune in and like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, your mamas, your grandmas, and even your little cousins that's in high school. But make sure they're over 18. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.